Welcome back, guys. I'm going to make a start on this Falcon hardtop. I'm going to get back to the wiring. I really like the wiring stuff, so before I get onto that, I'll show you what I've been up to. So I got this Ford Falcon BF Mark III wagon. It's on it, runs on LPG. Rego was about to run out, so as I usually do, I'll leave getting a pink slip to the last minute. And as usual, this car is difficult to get past Rego. I think I'll put it down to being an LPG car. They really like to make sure everything's good on it. So they failed this year on having a broken engine mount. Yeah, it's always something they pick up on. So yeah, replace the engine mounts, got that sorted. Even before I got the pink slip, I got the car up in the hoist, replaced the rear wheel bearings again, even though I've already replaced them. The outer race on the bearing was starting to spin inside the diff housing. It's the problem that bog-on diffs have when you let the bearings get too worn. But I used a bit of bearing, locked the bearing in place. Sweet, sorted that out. And then yeah, adjust the handbrake, replace the brakes. It's already got a new front end. Yeah, so got it past Rego. I tried to replace, as you can see here, stuff missing off in the car. I tried to replace the I took the hood lining down. These old Colonels and Falcons, the hood linings start drop after a while. The foam in them lets go. So I took the whole roof lining, the shell, the backing, took that out and tried to glue it back on, but it was a total fail. So I've got the shells out of the car at the moment. It's in the shed, but I've got new material coming, so that's another job on the list. Yeah, so that's this car. It's good. I was actually thinking about selling it. I get sick and tired of having so many cars, but this thing is super reliable, and it's really economical being on LPG. But yeah, every year I was having dramas trying to get past the pink slip. Last year they pinned me on not having 2 LPG tags. Next year they'll probably try to pin me on the plate not being straight, or a bit of paint coming off the guard. Who knows? But yeah, mechanically it's really good. I was thinking about selling that car to get this 2008 Ford Falcon G6E Turbo back on the road. But even it has issues got to resolve, just wear and tear, bushes and stuff. But if I start looking to get this car back on the road, then it's going to stall progress with the Falcon hardtop. So yeah, I'm not keen on that idea, so I'll leave this car for now. The Jeep, super reliable, no problems. Just got to replace the wheel bearings, diff. It's starting to get a bit of I've always had the issue, but you hear the bearings starting to whine, but got to do that. The front panhard rod, being this type of diff setup and suspension steering, it's get what they call a def wobble. So if I'm doing like 105 kilometers an hour and I hit a pothole on the road, sometimes I'll get the def wobble. So it's got a bit of wear in the front. So I just got new panhard rod bushes to put in it, but I'll plan it out or replace all the stuff before while it's on the hoist. So that be job sorted. Getting a wheel alignment. I like to throw the big tyres back on it again. I've got these road tyres on it. Yeah, good car. A little bit thirsty, but petrol's just bloody expensive. It's only chewing 13 litres per 100, which isn't too bad for like a V8 four drive. So yeah, unfortunately this car's going to have to start for a little bit longer. I want to focus on this Falcon hardtop. For those who like the Escort, the other day, one of my neighbours came over here and it was a bit random. He brought a bottle of Johnny Walker over, so we started drinking. So I got the tyres on this back of this Escort they're pretty knackered. So I thought I'll do a skid out the front. I did talk to my neighbours first. I did share a YouTube short, and I got a lot of negative feedback about doing a burnout in a suburban area. But yeah, it was cold, it was the end of the day. Yeah, it was just random, but yeah, my neighbours absolutely loved it. Got no negative feedback from anyone on my Facebook. But yeah, done the skid, destroyed the tyres. Still got a bit of meat on them, but yeah, it didn't blow the tyres. It's only a quick burnout. But the problem I'm having with this engine, ever since I rebuilt it, for anyone that doesn't know, this motor, I it leaned out on me because, getting technical again. But this front turbo housing, it's got an O-ring seal inside it. And that O-ring, when I clocked this turbo originally, I broke the seal. So it always had this boost leak through here, or vacuum leak. More boost. But yeah, because it had a leak, I got it tuned to suit the leak. So when I actually found that had a broken seal, I fixed it. And it created no boost leak in that area, and yeah, it changed the air fuel ratio, and I ended up damaging the motor, torched a hole in the cylinder head. Yeah, done some pretty nasty damage. So I ended up getting the took the block into the engine reconditioner, gave it a light hone, new rings, built the motor up again. But as a result, it's getting a little bit of blow by past the rings, as you can see here. Piece of paper. So yeah, a little bit too much blow by for my liking, but I can work with it. So the problem I'm finding is that it hasn't got a very good crankcase ventilation system. It's only got a very small 6AN fitting on the side of this aftermarket rocker cover. So it's not very good. So what's happening is it's getting too much back pressure in the crankcase, and it's forcing oil past like seals and stuff. So a perfect example of this is when I done the burnout, I looked in here and there was oil all up in here. So what's happening, the oil's not been able to bleed off from the turbo properly back into the sump. Get too much back pressure, and it's getting past the seals in the turbo, which explains why I'm getting a bit of puff of smoke on a hot start. So yeah, that's something I've got to address. I'm just going to put bigger fittings, a positive crankcase ventilation, this rocker cover, and I'll try run the engine without the filler cap on it and burn off the oil that's in the exhaust housing, and hopefully it'll stop blowing smoke. So yeah, that's where I'm up to with the Escort. So I've got to also, that's what I was talking about for this sort of shell mould they use in the Falcon wagons. It's massive, it's actually about 3 meters. So I've got new material coming. I've got to use a special glue. I had an attempt at trying to re-stick the original hood liner material, but yeah, it's rubbish, didn't work out. So sitting there, bit of an eyesore, taking up room. Yeah, so wiring time. Unfortunately, I've been working a lot. I have to start doing overtime now. This cost of living is starting to catch up with me. So yeah, so I worked 5 12-hour shifts. One of them was an overtime shift, and the last block I worked 6 12-hour shifts. So 3 days, 3 nights. It's pretty nasty. So in the last 2 weeks, I've worked like 11 shifts. It's pretty full on, but yeah, it's what I got to do. What I have to do to make ends meet and have a bit of money to spend on cars. So got a crap pile up in here again because I had to get this Escort out of the shed to get the wagon in here. So I had to move everything off it, which I'm sick and tired of doing, but nothing I can do about it. So I'll have to move this stuff back over there and start looking at all this wiring. So these tail lights, just get it out. I've got duct tape on the other side of it. Yep. I have to move that duct tape. So here's the tail lights. So they're in pretty sorry state. Could be worse. They feel like they're a die cast. Definitely not a sand casting. Yeah, nice and solid, but one of those little bolts come out of there. That one's snapped off. This side's intact. I know you can buy these new seals for them. Might be the back ones you can buy. Probably both, I don't know. I would have thought they come with the replacement lenses, but yeah. So the other side's got both bottom ones are broken off. So I'll have to find out what thread type they are. I don't remember. That's the problem when you got too many damn projects. You stall on one project and you forget where you're at, and that's what I'm having with this coupe. I'm always having to get back to work on other cars, and can't help myself. So I've got to find out what thread type that is, and then I'll see if I can get a Bunnings and just get bolts. I'll have to work something out where I fix that up. But that's an easy one. Resolve that. I'll have to paint silver in here again. It's like they fade a bit, but yeah. So paint silver in there. That way I'll have the reflect better. get a better tail light. But I've read on the forums that when you use ordinary globes in these brake lights, they look like a pink. So like they do when you far rego, you get globes that have got the appropriate colour to suit the lens. So I'll get like a red globe for that, and I'll get like an orange globe for that to make them look a bit better. It's got to do that. I've done up a diagram. Got to have a workshop manual so I know what wires what. Then yeah, I've got the tail lights happening, and I've got these new replacement side lights, and they've got an insert where you probably won't be able to see it. They've got an insert there for a globe socket to go into, but I've got to work out what type it is. I might have to take a trip to J-Car maybe. I've got one nearby. Might have to buy sockets for them, and I'll get the globes while I'm at it. That way I can, focus of this video is tail lights, get that sorted. So what I'll do now, get rid of all this crap in the boot, make some room. Yeah. I was trying to be organised when it comes to these tail lights. So you got the side lights here, you got the blinker side of it, and there's the tail light side of it. So I got these special type of these plugs that go into them. I don't know if both of them from factory, because I can only find one on the loom. But yeah, that's them there. I'm looking on the internet and I found replacement ones. There's like $49 for 3 of these. I'm like, it's unreal. Someone's making a killing, making a profit. But I might see if I can get a J-Car and see if I can buy ones that'll work for this application. So I've just taken one of these out. You see. So hopefully they've J-Car have got something that goes into that. If they don't, it's one less thing I'll be able to complete. Just pulled up here at J-Car. My son driving, he's on his L's. So I'll go on there and see what they can do for me. Just got home from J-Car. Went to Super Cheap Auto. The globes to suit the XB, these front lights. The J-Car had these LED style ones, and the dude was putting it in the system, and he goes, I'll just have to let you know these globes are $42 each. And I'm like, what? But alright, he said because they're LEDs, and I thought I was going to go ahead with it, and then I thought, hang on, that's stupid. I'm not going to bother getting them. So I ended up going to Super Cheap Auto, and I ended up buying wherever they are. I forget them. They're around here somewhere. Here they are here. Same brand. Oh, these are Super Cheap Auto. So I got these ones here. They're for obviously for the brake lights, tail lights. I got these clears off, stuffed up when I originally bought these bayonet lights. I've got the ones, they're all tail light ones, and I actually one sort of blinker. So when you look inside them, it's got the twin terminals inside it, but I managed to make this work temporarily. But yeah, I'll have to, I may not need an orange one. I might just be able to use the clear brake light and just wire it up as a blinker. But no, I'll try these out anyway, see how it looks. But yeah, got them. And J-Car I've also got, another problem I have, the original wiring harness for this car, it's got this plug here, 3-pin. And I was hoping I'd be lucky because J-Car, they're selling these, which is exactly the same as the factory ones that this car had. But yeah, they only got it in the 4, so I've got these instead. Might be able to run that still, like as in that they might be able to plug in, say take a pin out of it like that, and it might still plug in the same. See how we'll go with that. Either way, I've got 2 of them. I can chop into loom if I want and swap these plugs over. It's alright. I was trying to keep it sort of factory if I can, but I've also got these plugs here. They go straight into this original remanufactured side light. So yeah, that's good. So, and I've also got globes, LEDs. They'll go in to these. Actually, them 2 there, they're for that light there. That's right. I've also got, where are they? I think I would have sorted through this. Oh yeah, there they are there. These style ones there. Side lights, I've got coloured red ones, and then I've also got clears, which is probably another one of these packets laying around here. So yeah, there they are there, yep. Dogs are going off their heads because some little boy up there, whoever, kids, for kite. Dog's gone crazy. I've got this Bubu barking collar from America. I've tightened it up so it's on him properly, but he's still carrying on. Bloody German Shepherd pups. A bloody handful. And yeah, my son's going crazy at the moment. He follows Donald Trump, and someone's just tried to assassinate him. So he's really into it now, into the media and following up and that, and yeah, watching everything. Yeah, righto. So yeah, make a start on this now. Just gave these lights a quick hit. So this is, I'll just gave it an adhesion promoter followed by a light coated primer and this super bright silver spray pack. So you generally use that for like painting wheels and stuff, but yeah, super bright. So that should help the lights. So yeah, got that done. Got this manual out. I've got two workshop manuals. This one's like a Gregory's version. So I'll just use this for now with the wiring, but got this diagram here to go off. I've drew up at work whilst killing time. So yeah, put these lights back together, put them in the car, and then go from there. So I'm just setting this up. I've got my battery ready. I'm going to drill and tap an M6 thread into that just so I can put bloody screws at the top. Oh, I get that. I could do that. Just put the wires under there. It's all good. Yeah, so I've got this fuse box. I told you this before in one of my past videos that I was going to change it so that it's got like a newer style fuse box. And I look at this and I'm thinking, you know what, I could just, I don't really want to chop into this aluminum. I really don't want to do it. I feel sick doing it. I know it's one of those things you do to make things better, but I would have chopped in aluminum by now, but I know the Escort, I'm running these style fuses and I'm haven't had any problems with them now. They're good. You just got to make sure they're damn clean. You don't load them up too much with current. If you're going to have anything that runs heaps of power, say headlights or big thermo fans, you're going to have to run a relay. So I wasn't going to use this side of it. That's for the headlights. I just cleaned those contacts up and I tested it. It seems to be working good for now, but I may just run just a relay, hardwire it so that it just doesn't pass through here, goes past this, bypasses it, or even just bridge it across there and then run it to a relay, and relay's got its own fuse. I can do that, but that's, at this point in time it's working. But that terminal there is broken off, so it'd have to be repaired, or I'll just get another one of these or repair that somehow maybe. But in the meantime, I've just got this sort of fuse here with two bladed ends on it, so that'll work in its place. So once I've set that up, give it some power. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm going to have to go back through the wiring and work out what goes where. But yeah, I'll see if I can get stuff working and yeah, go back to this. It's funny when people ask me, every now and then someone will ask me, oh, how soon you reckon you'll have the coupe going? You simply cannot tell them that. You can't tell them that. Yeah, but when my double cars might break or something pops up in my life, or this situation now, I wired in one globe. It's just one of these rear left-hand ones. The brake switch, I managed to get the white to come onto the brake light, but just the tail, I couldn't even get the tail lights come on. I'm backtracking the wiring, going right through. And these looms actually made in Taiwan. So people say, oh, blame Ford or whatever for bad stuff. They're not even made by them. So that's it. It goes to the back. And then what I found is this connection here, right? This plug right at the back, the lighting switch. Wiggle that around and boom, just like that, it come on. So yeah, I'll have to clean that up and close those terminals up a fraction. And yeah, it's all right. I'll sort it out. It's time consuming. I've been at this trying to sort this out for about half an hour, I reckon. Baby steps. It looks more pink looking through the screen of the phone, but yeah. So I've got a bit of an earthing issue, like the car's earthed out, like not very well, but trying to get the power through to the housing. It gets this earth off the housing of the light. So gets this, like the body of the chassis of the car sends it through and picks it up through the screws that screw into the back panel. So yeah. So I'm lucky I can't find the damn screws. I don't know if I've even had them before, but I found one. I reckon if I go to Bunnings, I'll be able to find them. Probably get a rare spares and they'll be able to find replacement ones. But gonna need washers for them too. But yeah, should be able to get them. All Imperial, so haven't got much of the Imperial stuff lying around, but there's a start. According to the workshop manual, this model has the GTs and the GSs and the Fairlanes have the blinker lights that come on the cluster here, but I haven't come across them yet. Don't know, weird. Oh well. I really need to go to Bunnings and get the screws and stuff so I can just put those tail lights in and not have to worry about trying to earth them out, but that's sort of rubbing on the body at the moment. So you can see the earth when a lot of people, when they have lighting problems with old cars, they look in the wrong area, so you see how they're dulling a bit as the blinker's coming on, so there's definitely, they're not getting good quality earth. So something I forgot to mention too, when you look at these replacement side lights I got off the internet, so they're replacements, and yet the factory ones, that I had one that was original, it's only got the one hole for the blinker. So that explains why I'm looking at the loom and I've only got the one. It's for the blinker, so yeah, interesting. I could wire it up. Doesn't really matter. I suppose it'd be better if I had that wired up anyway, just as a tail light when the tail lights come on. Better for safety. People see me when reversing out of car parks and that of a night. See that coming, yeah, make it a bit more obvious. But yeah, got that one working, but it doesn't appear to be very bright. It's very dull. Might be better of a night, but he did say he did have ones. These are LEDs, the ones on the side here. He did have brighter ones for me, but he said they're really bright, and I thought, oh, hang on, I may not want them that bright. The side lights. I'll have a look what I got. I think the other ones have got a red. I'll see how they look. Surprise, surprise. Actually are red. So that's one of the globes there. What I'll do, I'll try the red one. I'll just swap it over just now and see how it looks in the red socket. Should be alright, I reckon. That's what they were intended for when I bought it. So yeah, when they're staying on as the entire light, it'll be just fine, I reckon. Oh, so that's it there. Interesting. Definitely needs a brighter globe in there. Probably can't tell much in here, but does look pink. The tail light does look pink, but actually when you see it, it's actually, yeah, it's red. Alrighto. I haven't properly wired the side lights in yet. I'll just leave them for now. I'll go the upside now. How cool is that? That's a brake lights. So I've got both blinkers, tails, and brake. So yeah, they've stopped working. Oh, you're gonna need to get proper sockets. These ones I got, they go into and they just pop out too. I guarantee they've popped out. No, they're just not working because they're not earthed out. That's why. Oh, might be able to work around them, but yeah, awesomeness. Heaps cool. I might just dip the lights on the shed and see how it looks. Oh, that's better. Looks good from here looking at it. But yeah, from the camera it doesn't look that good. But righto, I really need to go to Bunnings and get these screws and stuff to really wire to put these tail lights in properly, just so they earth out. So it's easier to testing because slightest little bump or inside there, and then one of them will cut out. Just taking this light switch out. It turns out, from what I gather, that's off. That's Parker's, and that's full low beam, so might be something going on here. So I'll get some electronic cleaner, spray it in that little hole there. I'll just keep fiddling around with it, but yeah, it's just there's a brown wire that comes off this, and it's basically that just feeds all the tail lights, parking lights on the front. That's its job, and the low beam, I think. Yeah, got to figure it out. I haven't got the headlights hooked up, got to hardwire them in, but yep, keep going with this and see where I go with it. Looks like shit so far. Contacts in there, can't really see them too well, but let's see if I can pull this apart one hand. Oh yeah. Wow. Look at that. No freaking wonder. Dear oh dear. It's funny, you know, like you try to wing it and you think, oh yeah, it works, I bet you bloody come rego time, get up in the morning, start her up, and then I'll have no lights. It's just the way it goes. So I'm better getting onto this now. So I'll just get in there, and I've got some electronic cleaner. I'll just clean it all up, get it looking clean again, and should be a good thing, I reckon. When I had the electrician over here, we're having problems with this hoist. I'll show you in a minute what the problem was, but I got this electronic cleaner, but he said just use WD-40 to top it off. You can use the electronic cleaner, but WD-40 is really good. Sort of gives it like a protective coat, stop it going like off again. But I think it's got like a, see this little hole here, I think that's what it's meant. Have that facing up so you can spray shit in it to really get in there and clean up. You can see all the lubricant, whatever's in there, is gone feral. But yeah, hopefully that's the end of it. So yeah, I'll show you what I recently had problems with. This hoist, my last days I had off, I was mucking around with it, and I started getting the Falcon wagon ready to fix up those wheel bearings, and I started going up, and then it just cut out. Would not go up. Went down, but wouldn't go up. I thought, what the hell's going on? So I had to pull, this is free phase, so I had to pull this thing apart, and there's all these free wires going to it. I'll isolate it, the power box, isolate it in here, and had to pull this thing apart. It's much like this with Esport complex, all these little springs and contacts, clean it up, put it back together, exactly the same problem. I thought, no, it's just what I need. Pay an electrician to come out here and let go, help me do this shed. He's gone on holidays. He's gone away in his van for 2 months, and I thought I'm going to have to get a hoist, get a specialist in here. It's probably going to cost me, who knows. Turns out I was mucking around, but just frustrated, and it turns out the cutout switch and top's a little bit dodgy. Just click that up and down, and it's back to normal again. Something so simple, and it cost me a day. So yeah, it's a goer. Unfortunately, you got this part of the lighting switch, so that there's for your low beam and parkers. That one there's it's dash dim, or an interior light maybe. I don't know if it's dash dim on this, I don't know. But there's the interior light one. But yeah, I lost one of these damn Phillips head screws. I had them sitting here and they're falling down. I'll turn up. At that I'll just get more of them, but yeah. Sucks when that sort of shit happens, but it's probably going to come out again anyway. The interior light will probably play up. If gunk's got in here and it's got all dirty, it's likely that happened here too. Back into it again, 5 o'clock start. So now they've got lights on the back of the car. I'm going to focus on the front of the car now. So headlights and the front blinker assembly. But in order to, I'm going to have to make changes. So I'm going to have to lob off this because I haven't got the Escort's similar to this. I think it's got the 4, same as what I'm about to put on it. Yeah, so let's change that. I've already got JCar, I already have that. So I already got that. I can swap over, no problems. Or connect up to that, no problems. And yeah, too easy. So I'll get headlights happening, blinker assembly, and then I'll move on to inside the car. Probably interior light. I've got a new one up here. It's this one here, but it's just a housing, what you see. It's not really what's going on behind it. So I've already retrimmed the hood lining, so I know it's there. the wires are already there for it. I'm going to be very carefully cutting a hole for the interior light and being damn careful. I already got the wires are all sitting there ready, so it's just a matter of hanging them out and going from there. I'm going to have to get the door, work out the door switches. I haven't got the switches, I've got to buy them. Got the old ones, but I'm knackered. So looking over this loom, here's the front of the car. So you got 76 and 80 of the headlamps. So you got RB, that's red and black, black and green and black. So look over here. Yep. So what I'm gonna do, so these are the ones I was telling you about. Got it from J-Car. So what I'll do, I'll just replace that end on there so we can go to this other end there. And then I've got these H4 globes. I've got 4 of them. They're only cheap shit off eBay. It's just something to get me started. When I'm ready, I'll put, when the car's on the road, I'll put really good globes in it. Yeah, so that will join up to this one here, and then so I'll be able to actually test it here without having to put these in the car to start with. And just have to make sure I've got plenty of length to reach from there to the headlights. Yeah, shouldn't be too bad. One that hasn't joined wires before, so I've got this tool, absolutely brilliant, to put on there. Pops the end straight off. I had this other tool I used to use. I used to go around it and you just pull the wire and it pulls the end off, but these ones are so much better. So I've got it wired up. So I put on, well, first off, there's Parker's. So I've got a really bright LED light interfering with the camera. It's off. That's Parker's low beam. Reach over to this. It's high beam, low beam, flash. Off. Righto. Hope this is long enough. It should be. Yeah, should be. Wait and see. Oh. Finally, front end is wired. The lights aren't very bright, but they're only cheapy globes. But I can easily upgrade them later, as I was saying before. But they're super bright. These LEDs, Parkers, blinkers, and that work. Just having a lot of dramas with these bolts that go for to hold the actual blinker Parker housings into this front section. It's just like, oh man, I got to replace them. This side wasn't too bad, but it's a job I can look at later. I'll just have to plan for it. If I'm going to go out and go anywhere, do anything, I have to do a list and save me time. But what I'll do now, the rear end's still working. I'll check that. I'll have to hardwire those side lights in. I forgot about that, but everything's working. It's good. So hardwire these, wire them in properly, and then I reckon I'll go on the interior light. So time consuming. I'll show you the dramas I'm having now. Well, sorted now, but the back of this lighting switch. So one side of it, that side of it there is your Parker's headlights. That side of it there, I think that's a dimmer. I'm not exactly sure, but that's how you turn the interior light off and on with that. So I'm looking at the wires, look at the workshop manual, and there's this dark blue and black wire that comes out of that. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I actually put a positive on the back of the switch and actually tested it. Yep, that's the wire. But it goes into the loom and it goes up in here somewhere, and there's that many black and blues going everywhere. I couldn't actually find the wire. Like, there's that many wires. Like, this green one's green yellow. I think that's like a lamp wiring, but there's that many blue and blacks coming out there. So I ended up just hacking into it and hooked up this green wire, which before I put the hood lining up, I ran 2 wires. I didn't have to run 2, but I ran 2 up in the roof, and I've just cut a hole here. If I can get myself in here, get the light on. So there's the hole in the hood lining just made, and there's the where the actual globe goes in, and then I've got a brand new interior light. Let's go look at it. I can't believe how much time this is taking. But shouldn't be surprised, it is worrying. So I've got this new interior light. It's got to go up, but I'll just open it. I haven't opened this before, but get it out with one hand. So yeah, all it is just a basic plastic that goes up onto the roof. There's obviously the screws for it, so I need a globe. So I've got, this is the hood lining, the frame that comes out of the BF wagon. Map lights there. So that's the globe I'm after. So what I might do, I've got a Jeep Grand Cherokee upside the house. I'll just go and see if I can knock off one of the globes out of that. Hopefully they're the same. So I've got this heap of shit Jeep, and I've got the light. Oh, hello. Cats love this car. Up in there. So scab that light out there. So it's about bloody 4 or 5 lights or something in there. So there's plenty of spares. Hello, puss. So whenever I found with this car, same as the Escort, whenever you're having problems, so I hooked up the interior light, went to turn it on, the damn thing, it wouldn't come on. And I'm like, damn it, tried cleaning the terminals up on the roof and thought, hang on, I'll get a multimeter, test it. Turns out that, yes, with the fuses, so one little wire popped off. So here it is here. It's a goer. So it turns by there. I don't know what, it must be dimmers. I don't know why. It is, that's it. Dims on continuously, then you dim it. The dimming aspect doesn't work too good. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I can always play around with this later. Not that I want to take this dash off. Bit tricky trying to find the holes to get in, but once you get one in and you get the other corner in, the other just goes straight in, luckily. Because the last thing I want to do is cut a hole too big. Oh, nightmare. The actual lens cover doesn't really fit on 100% well. I've made sure it's pretty flat too, like when it's going up on the roof. I don't know. Way it is, I guess. It's not like you can buy them anywhere else. So I didn't wire up. I got the wire here, going interior light. I just got to put enough wire from the other side and this side, the door switches. But I haven't got the switches yet, so I'll leave that for now. I'll have to look to see what else I can do now. It's probably see if I can find the reverse lights. I think they're on the floor there somewhere. Down there. They're pretty long. Things are starting to get a little bit easier now, the wiring. So I was seeing this plug here in the engine bay. It hasn't been labelled. Probably because I undone it. That, and I'm like, where's that go to? I looked at the colour code, looked at the workshop manual, and yeah, it goes to the transmission. It's in here. That's it there. So, too easy. That's easy enough. And there's this big wire that goes up here in the console area. I've looked at the colours. They don't marry up with anything, but it's probably got something to do with the seat belts, I reckon. Well, that's green and yellow. Green, yellow, so yeah. That'd be something to do with seat belts, I reckon. I don't know how the switch hooks up, but I'll have to do a bit of research. Someone sure as hell is going to correct me on this, but I'm looking at the seat belts. The buckles here. These are XA, so they probably haven't got it. Maybe, I don't know, but here's the XB, original XB. Can't see any wires here. Generally they've got something like a switch in them. It's not a necessity, I don't have to run that. Yeah. I could probably go ahead and got a lot of wires here in the engine bay. I have to work out exactly where they go to. I can look at the colours and that, mark them, label them, but a lot of this stuff will be sender units and this alternator. Yep. It's all straightforward. most exciting stuff this is. Like, it's really basic. There's your brake warning. Sending unit, wherever it is, goes to the master cylinder. He goes to the master cylinder. Not sure about this car. The Escort, it's got like a little junction point that sticks on the inner guard, and he plugs into that. Gonna play around this cluster now. So I've got these new fascias. Oh, that one's turned around backwards. So yeah, new ones to replace the old ones, and I've got the new ones for the smaller gauges, and I've got the clock. Where's the clock one? Here's the clock. Got a clock one too. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, see how we'll go with that. I think that little knobbly on the center, concerned about how hard that'll be to get that off. I said earlier in the video I couldn't work out where the blinkers were, the arrows, but here they are here. I couldn't see them before because this was so far gone, you know. But yeah, that looks freaking awesome. That looks so smart. 228,000 Ks on it. It's got less Ks than all of my other cars in the property. So I've got to replace these two. That looks so much better. Looks heaps better. Unfortunately, I was tightening this up and it looked like it wasn't tightened properly. It tightened a bit more and then it cracked. You can just see it when you got the surround on, but I'll just leave it for now. Naughty. Yeah, it looks so much better. Trying to get my head around this cluster. Can't figure something out. So on the cluster here you can see we've just learnt that it's got arrows either side for the blinkers, and then look on the back, it's got the what they call the printed circuit. There's a place in New Zealand to make these, I think. But yeah, you see all these, it's where the plug goes in. So that the top row, left hand corner, near the corner, that's your earth, and over to the other side there's meant to be two on the corner. One of them's there and the other one's missing, which is weird according to the workshop manual. And then I looking at the plug here, get some light happening, that plug there, I tested it. I test the earth and I test one of the top ones blinks off and on like it's meant to, blinker, but the other one just stays on. So I have to track where the wires go. But this bloody manual here tells you where it goes to here, but it doesn't tell you where it goes to up in here. I can't see where it goes up in this one, but I've got this other one here, which is it's XB. It's this one here's got it in it, but I have to. It's so damn small. XA Falcon GT. It must be I think they're all pretty much identical. I can't tell the difference yet, but yeah, I'm gonna have to work out what's going on here. It's like I can't see if the printed circuits, if one of the terminals are snapped off. It just doesn't look like it has. Yeah, so when I test this out, there's nothing. No blinkers. I give up. Too hard. I just plugged it back in, gave it a clean. And then, yeah, so crap out of the road. Look at that. I don't know why it works. All I've done was clean the terminals. I'd give up looking at the wiring diagram. I noticed when I turn the lights on, yeah, well, it looks really smart. I really love the look of that. Blown away. Yep. I had a look at this clock in this car, and I always thought it'd be really hard to replace the fascia on it. But there's a fella I've been talking on. He's on my YouTube. He's also on my Facebook. We talk from time to time. Mark O'Donnell. You're probably watching this now, and he told me about all the problems he's having with his clock, trying to get bits and pieces and stuff. So he's really got me on track. A lot of things with this car, so in this area. So someone in my comments section said that I told them that in order to replace his clock, I'm going to have to take the whole dash out, and they said no, you don't have to. But I didn't realise, yeah, all you do is undo that little screw there, undo that, and there's one where you need a long screwdriver, and you get from in here, and you loosen it off just enough so you can move that up and down, and then you slip the clock out. That little knobbly there, that just pops off. But yeah, swap the fascias over. This one's sort of, you probably can't pick it, but the bottom of it, you see it's slightly warped, or it's been sitting in the sun for all those years, but you can't really tell till you really look at it. But yeah, so it lights up when I turn the dash on, so yeah, so it all lights up. It's great. So I might continue now, and I'll put the cluster surround in. See that blue there, that's your high beam. There's meant to be something that attaches to that so that I can slot the globe in, but there's nothing. So I reckon I'll probably use something like, oh yeah, can't use this, it's the wrong shape, but have to make a hole same as that and make like a little box section or something that goes over top of it, something goes over that. So now I can got a high beam light. Got this thing here, that's the turns the interior light on. It must be the dash dimmer. Looks too complex to be just a basic switch. So 16th of October 1974. I thought this car was real. Oh, that's around the date it was sold. Yeah. So what I've been using is electronic cleaner, WD-40, high compressed air, give it a good clean. But I think where the problem lies, you see that thing in there. It's like a send. If you ever pull a send unit out of a car apart, it's got all those windings on there. And what happens, you can see that edge. Turn this back around. That edge there, see it's rubbing on that. After a while, they literally look like they're joined up together, and they just don't work properly. That's what I found with send units, but this one doesn't seem to have any effect on dimming the dash at all. But I reckon, I don't know, I haven't even looked on Google to see if these are available, but I reckon Mustangs or something would have them. Yeah, but I can replace it. I noticed the dash lights are really dull. I mean, they're not overly bad, but yeah, they could be a lot brighter. I can put brighter globes in them, but it'd be nice to get this working. You know, it's part of what the car is meant to have, and yeah, all the other cars have got them except for the Escort. Escort's got nothing. Looking on the internet for the dash dimmer, and I can't really find anything in relation to the original. Original's probably dated and they don't use them anymore. So I found one that come up pre-owned, so yeah, it's bound to fail anytime. So yeah, I'm just looking on Google, and then I looked on eBay and this one popped up. So this is basically new school version, basic, $45, and it's got, you have to go down here and you choose the type that I'm after. So XA, XB, Falcon, GS, GT, yep, click that, yep. And it's basically got instructions. Each one has instructions, so hell yes, I will buy that. That's mine. Buy that, and then that'll that way I can see how I'll go with the current dash lights, and then if I want, I can upgrade to LEDs, which are more likely going to be super bright. Then I can hopefully, I don't know how the LEDs go with dimming. Shit, I don't even know. I think someone said to me once they're on and off. You can't really dim them. I don't know. I have to look into that. But there's plenty of I haven't even researched this. I know there's plenty of people who have on topics on this, but I haven't looked into it. So yeah, something I can look into. Time to wrap up this video. I don't know how long it's gone for, but I've just been filming as I've been going. But I'll show you where I'm up to. So close this boot because it looks so much better, this car, than the boot closed. But I'll start from the back of the car. I hate this camera how it does that. Android update. So righto, I've got the back of the car, I've got tail lights, I've got side lights with the blinkers on them, I've got brake lights. Blinkers are sweet. I've got to get the number plate light. I can worry about that later, but that's easier. The plug's sitting there ready for something to be plugged into it. I've noticed you can buy them on the internet. So that's the back of the car. Black rubber crap everywhere when I've done the skid. Yeah, yeah, so I move on to just go straight to the front. I'll get that light going. So I've got connected the horns up. I think they're original horns, but it took me 5 minutes to put them in. Didn't take me long, but when I try to use them, they go, yeah, they don't sound too good. So they're obviously seized. Where to now? So I shorted out the temperature, it goes to temperature sender, shorted that out, it works on a cluster. Coil, it works on and off the ignition switch. That wire goes to the starter motor. So that'll go from that'll basically, I think that feeds the whole, everything, the whole loom. That's just for solenoids. When you hit the starter switch, solenoid kicks in. I think that's for the 12 volts. So I saying when you first start the car, it gives extra full 12 volt to the coil, so the car starts better. That wiper motor works. Tried to test the brake switch, and yeah, couldn't get it to illuminate in the car. Yeah, the white wire, that's me temperature sender. Shorted that out. Works on the cluster. That's pretty much it for the engine bay. Yeah, test the alternator wire out, shorted that out too, and the alternator light comes on, so that's good. So if we go to inside the car, turn this light off in your face when I'm looking inside it. So your cluster all lit up. Voltmeter works, as you can see. Tested out the oil pressure, like shorted out, it worked. Fuel gauge works, tested out, shorted out the sender, the wire sender. Test that temperature, I was telling you before. Can't test the tacho because I've got no motor. Clock, I don't know if it's working, I haven't set it. Interior light, which I've shown you before, works great. Doesn't dim, unfortunately, the dash. Worry about that later. I've got, didn't come on straight away. Oh yeah, got to put in the right spot. Got that. Yeah, must be bad contact back there. Righto. Got where I've got wipers. Yep, they're all good to go. Washer's good to go. What else is there? I've got to hook up got to wire up the door switches for the interior light. I can worry about that later. I haven't got the switches yet. Got to sort out this fuse box. Let's dodgy that there. I'll work something out there. What else is there? I think that's pretty much. Oh yeah, blinkers. Just got to put this column in properly. That side, right inside. How cool's that? Awesomeness. Yeah, so that's the electrical aspect of it. Yeah, I don't know what to show you now. I think that's pretty much. I'm pretty much got to the point where I'm happy where I'm up to with electrical stuff. The doors need to put back together, but I'm missing one of the sliders, so I'm gonna have to order that. What else said? I'll go on full front suspension, or front steering, I should say, not suspension. I've got a full steering kit. I've been meaning to put that in. Haven't put that in yet. It's just sitting there. Got that to do. Diff. I've got the EL Falcon wagon diff under it. I've got True Track copy, whatever, LSD center. I've got to put that in it. I could do that at some point. I've been watching videos on that. I've done it myself. I don't have to remove the pinion. The pinion's in there to stay. It's just a matter of taking the crown wheel out and putting another center in it, pressing on new bearings, and hopefully I don't have to worry about shimming it. Test that out. There's heaps to do, but I've made a deal with myself. Stop spending money on this car and just do what I can with the parts I got and just do it that way, because I've got a steering system sitting there doing nothing. I haven't even put it in the car. What if there's one of those items are faulty? Like, it's been probably over 12 months since I purchased it. Warranty's gone. So I've got to start. So yeah, I've just been buying parts as I've been going, but yeah. I'm not going to put this dash top back in either. I'm just going to leave it. So really good for accessing up here and doing stuff. But so there's wires like this, not going anywhere. Yeah, so I've got tomorrow to go yet. I'll just work out what I'm going to do. But yeah, I'm really happy with my progress. But yeah, I think I might wrap this video up. Thanks for everyone's positive feedback. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully I can put another video up soon while I'm not at work all the time. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you soon.